irrespective of what the time is, what the situation, that one person will be there. Our hero should be that one person of that particular film, whoever the hero is. It is a very relevant situation where he says, when that comes here, this one comes out, Mark will be there. The protagonist playing the cop, what is his portfolio? Even if he's an inspector or a circle inspector of an area, he will be equally powerful in the film. That's the beauty of cinema. Yeah. You make me the constable, he is the most powerful man in the film, don't forget that. He is. I wear this glass, I put on my cigarette and I'm asking everybody, lighter, lighter. Then master composed this one and he said, sir, I'll light it for you. If I was a kid, if I was that very hardcore fan of one person and he did that on screen, I'm like, whoa, I want to do it too. Unfortunately, what my idol would do is probably he'll take the cigarette and stub it and say, don't smoke. My hero was like that. Where all the kids who are running from home, buying a ticket in the rush bus, entering the theatre just to look at you whistle, leaving all their lives, worries, families, every trouble out there just for you. I think we should keep all our things and thoughts at home, give them what they want, entertain them to the best, because don't forget, they're all there for you.
Hi, Mr. Sudeepa. So glad to meet you.
I should also say it's a very similarity of last few letters difference. Others, you're also Sud and I'm also Sud. It's Pa in your ear.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Sudhir, sir. Yeah. Nice to see you too.
You have a great voice as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I mean, the context for this conversation, of course, is that your film Mark is set for release this Christmas.
Yeah.
And I thought we could touch upon it and, wherever else the conversation free-flowingly goes. You should excuse me because I haven't necessarily watched a lot of your Kannada work, even though I have briefly consumed some of it. But I know for a fact that all the films that made it across the borders, some of your work in, like for example, Nani, I absolutely loved you to bits in it. And I know that you have been stretching the borders of what is viable commercial cinema as much as you can over the years. So before we get into the whole nuances of the cinema that you do, I thought maybe we could start. First of all, welcome back to Chennai.
Thank you.
This conversation is happening in Chennai, of course.
Yes, sir.
And maybe you could start off on a light note. What's your strongest memory about the city?
This city?
Yes.
I guess to start with, we used to come here when I used to be a director in the earlier days. I mean, as in when I started my career, I spent a lot of time here for the post-productions, for the DTS, for CG. Though then newly introduced digital, DI. Spent a lot of time here and walking, not much money in the pocket. So I guess it has been a lot of roller coaster when it came to the city. Nothing to do with the city per se, it was personal.
Right.
But then I guess the post-production always oscillated around the city. Because the CG is excellent, CGs were coming from here, the digital DIs were coming from here, and the DTSs. So I guess we spent a lot of time and then eventually started making a lot of friends, slowly penetrating. And then comes CCL. And then when CCL happened, we started often coming here and more friends. And then happens Nani, more number of friends and more, frequencies in traveling towards the city.
Yeah.
But in every journey, from the beginning till the last part, what I'm talking about to the Nani, even after that, many are there. So there's been a perpetual growth in love and respect that I started taking back home every time I visited this place. So when I come to Chennai now, I don't feel that I have come to a city unknown. I feel like I've come to a city where I know for sure that there is a certain amount of very beautiful respect and love that I have achieved and, kind of gained, treasured. A lot of beautiful friends here in Chennai who come and make sure that I feel at home. So this is it's a very beautiful package. But nothing of that sort which I can say is not a very fond memory. Everything has
Nothing
been
isn't. Yeah, right.
Everything
Okay,
has been a great memory. Everything have been great moments. As I told you, the roller coaster was only personal, something to do with our finances, our films.
And mostly economical.
Just
mostly
personal.
financial. Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah. But I mean, I like that you referenced a time when you said not much was in the pocket.
Yeah.
Would that person be very happy where you are today?
No, sir. I think that's good. I totally enjoy even that bit of my life because I am what I am today, not in the growth as a personality. Is all comes from that. See, as a growth, I don't think we change a lot because I don't think those beautiful moments or successes in one person's life can teach you anything at all. Those are those moments, and it is those moments I'm talking about. I'm not talking philosophy here, but it is those moments which has made me what I am today. Kind of when you respect money, respect people, respect friends, respect that fame that is coming along with your films. You really start enjoying every bit, but not take it too seriously.
Yeah.
So I guess that those moments are the moments which taught me a lot, gave me an insight of what could have been if I had not taken certain changes, made certain changes.
I always feel like people who knew life when things weren't that good, always have a great respect for running life when they get all those things as well.
It's obvious, sir. See,
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
But obviously, the flip side is a lot of people don't necessarily remember those spaces. Once they get those things.
That's why we are all different individuals. No?
Yeah.
Don't you think so? We really can't say that, how and what I take should be the same thing that what you receive.
Right.
Or accept. No, this is me, this is you. It's both are okay. If you're okay with what you're doing, I shouldn't have a problem. And I don't think you should be having a problem with what I do or accept. My changes of life. But I'm only trying to say that it's the way you accept and take it forth, how you take it. And I'm not trying to tell you that I was a great person. I took it very lightly. No, sir. I think I had my crying moments. We had our cursing moments. We curse everybody around that particular time. And eventually you realize that, there was nobody that
What do you
needed
think
to
was
be
your greatest?
you realize after some time you're the only one who needed to be cursed, nobody else, for being in that situation.
And that's the final realization.
It's the final realization. But I guess it's sweet. It's a very sweet realization.
Many times when we look back upon our greatest moments of suffering, you spoke about crying a lot, and I'm saying, I remember a lot of times when I was tearing up about a lot of things. And over time, you realize that it led to a lot of emotional growth on some level. But you also, once you get that sense of detachment, you realize that maybe it wasn't worth suffering over as much as we once did during the spur of the moment.
Sudhir, I look at it this way that, at that particular moment, what I did is right.
Yeah. Right.
Now what I'm doing is right.
Yeah. You've always had that conviction.
No, life is very simple, sir. We have complicated it to the core. You accept the way things are coming. Take it, accept, move on. Next, you'll come across another phase.
Yeah.
That phase, we will start thinking, what the hell is happening now?
This is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, after a couple of years, you'll say, there is nothing. You'll laugh about it.
Yes.
I guess it's the only thing I have learned, probably as and when time has been floating, we need to simplify things and not complicate. By the end of the day, nothing happens. For as long as you're okay, we can always do it all over again. Anything.
Lovely.
So I guess the most serious part of this is you need to be okay. So keep yourself okay. Rest can be adjusted.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the last thing that you now look back upon as I'm now over that. I didn't necessarily need to get into it that much.
Probably the most previous pains.
Yeah.
It could have been anything, We always at that particular moment feel, but as we speak, Sudhir, I can only tell you that things makes you just a calmer person. There's no big rocket science behind your learning. You just need to calm down, give every thought a little time, and then you realize you're able to handle things better. Correct. So I guess, I always have believed, Sudhir, that, when you look at the world, this world and the surrounding is only filled with answers. There are no questions there. Questions are here.
Come from within, yeah.
This place around you are only answers if you want to see it. If you really want to see it, there is an answer.
I read
That
something.
person doing something, there's an answer there. You don't want to see it because you want to see the better side of him. You want something out of that person. So you're expecting a lot. No, hoping yourself. No, I don't think so. I guess there are answers. You just need to see. So the moment you understand that, everything is simplified. You ask yourself a right question, get your answer, accept it. You don't need to tell the other person what you found. Alter a little and move on. No? Makes sense?
Yeah. I'm not very religious, but
No, this has got nothing to do with religious.
I know. I was just leading towards. This is what I was trying to tell you. I read something very beautiful recently, where they spoke about how before we decide which families we go into and the kind of life we choose for ourselves, assuming that such a thing happens, if we are floating by before we get bodies and all of that, and stick with me on this. I don't really believe any of this to be true, but I like the idea of it. It said that certain souls choose the hardest families or the hardest positions to get into in order to achieve the most growth. Because that's when it's only when you get tested that the answers that you're talking about can be found, can be internalized, can be realized, and lead to more growth for the individual. And maybe it's most people often talk about, they have it so good. Why do I have it so bad? That's usually where a lot of misery seems to stem from for a lot of people.
You said it yourself.
Yeah.
So the miseries come from there, when you start comparing yourself to the best and then sulking about it. Why don't you compare yourself to the worst?
Yeah.
And then see how good you are. That's what I said, simplify it, Don't compare yourself to some Ambani and keep telling, no, I don't have money, you'll never have money that way.
Right.
Just compare to someone else and just see how beautiful nature has kept you, I think that it ends there. If today, in today's world, if you're able to wake up in the morning and decide your schedule and your itinerary and go with it, go in the flow the way you want it, that means you're a very successful man today. Just following an itinerary you want
Yeah.
is actually success.
True.
If your itinerary is laid by someone else and you can't reschedule, do anything about it, there's still a long way to go.
Yeah.
That is where I find success from, wanting to do and being able to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, that's an achievable level of succce for sure.
Yeah. So if you're very successful, that's what I said, you compare yourself to 80% of the world, where more than half the people are not able to do it because they are answerable to somebody and that somebody is answerable to somebody. It's a chain. You know what I'm talking? It's that is what I'm talking about. That is freedom for you.
Yeah.
So, and if you feel that little freedom in you, you are actually successful, Mr. Sudhir. I mean, that's how that's how I see it. Correct. That's how I see it.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I think this would be a good time to return to cinema for sure.
Yeah.
You spoke about Tamil connections, and you have a few Tamil connections with this film, and even the previous film you did, Max, with the same filmmaker. The director is Tamil, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
And the previous one, I think, was done by V Creations.
Yeah.
This one, of course, Satyajyoti is doing it for you. Does the Tamil relationship with these films end there, or is there something within the film as well that speaks of a certain Tamil ethos because such parties are involved in the making of these films?
The relationship I went after never formed. And what I didn't go after gave me a beautiful relationship.
I'll have to ask you to get more specific there.
All right. So that means what I'm saying is, like, sometimes we go looking forward to a certain relationship.
Yeah.
We say we find a banner. I'll just stick to the films.
Okay.
So we find a banner. We think we're going to have a long journey. We think we're going to redo things. And for some reason, it just doesn't take off or probably just ends there. When actually your plan was for a very long term. Sometimes we just end up doing one film because that was working for you at that moment. And then you realize actually by the end of it, there is a very beautiful relationship that's actually prevailed without your knowledge or your effort. No effort. It just happened organically. So this is one such relationship I can consider like that, and then say, yeah, me and Vijay, I guess we just got along, and I like his thoughts. I like his ideas of storytelling. You know, it may be the best or it may not be some of the best, but I guess it's just a connect. I like what he does. I'm happy in that set.
What about like a Max or a Mark from coming from him? Do you particularly enjoy yourself?
I totally, the way, see, I had not done a very ground level character like that, where actually this very close to reality, no extra efforts and something to go after how you look, your glamour, your makeup. You're more into the content, you're more driven by the timelines, and you're more into the script. And you're waking up with the script because even the audience is sitting at the theater, in the theater, they're all going by the timeline. Compared to, I mean, talking about Max, I love the character arc and every the intensity of the flow. See, that is what I had not done it earlier. So that is something, and especially, see, it's not just a timeline.
Yeah.
When it comes with a great technician like that, and he knows what he's doing, and the content and the screenplay is written in that order. Every morning we are waking up with excitement, no? Because we know the flow. And what are we going to do? I think that gave me a very big high, because we have done big films, we have done all kind of genres, like comedy, love, and everything. But this is one I had not touched much. So that gave me that high.
And strangely enough, probably much simpler in comparison with some of the films you did.
I love simple films. You see, the fact that, you know, as a maker, I love to be a part of a great film, great set, magnanimous, mammoth script, which is about several hundreds of crores, everything nice. I also want to be a part of it. I love to do a film like that. But then, by the end of it, I would like to see my films releasing early also. I like to see my films on screen. I don't want to be so away from screen that I'm just trying to only craft and carve when everybody else are there coming and executing and going, you know. We need to be part of simple films also. You know, planning something very big in your life is not an issue. Ignoring the simpler things is that becomes a headache.
You're talking about ideally trying to do both.
You have to crack a balance with it. You need to crack a balance. You shouldn't forget your core followers, where they come from, what are their mindsets. Now the two things comes: am I trying to change them by making something else, or am I trying to gain something new? Okay, let's say you're trying to gain something new with a different genre, but I can't ignore the family that has been walking with me. No? So I need to give them something simple also.
Did you feel like there was a phase where you did leave them wanting?
I didn't leave them deliberately.
I get it.
The films that I was doing took so much time, and we were stuck, sir. It's an ethical thing, you know, you just can't walk out. But that one lesson we learned, what happens, every time I keep hearing a script, I make sure I'm hearing a lot of simpler scripts also.
Okay.
So that alongside I keep one ready. So when they are taking breaks to make big sets and everything, I can go work, because I basically love to work one film at a time. But here it kind of cuts off that provision.
Right.
When you're making the bigger scale, you need to crack. So that means when they don't want you, at least instead of sitting at home waiting another 20-25 days for their set to be ready, go here. You know, there is somebody else who's dreaming of you and who's written a script.
So it must have given you great joy then to know that you had planned the release of this film in advance and you were able to stick with it and get it coming out.
Sir, it was such a coincidence. And I was sitting in the press meet and July 5th. And we were just talking. And when I announced the date, it was not even decided by the production house. It was not decided by anybody. As and when I was talking, it was running in my head. The script came and everything came on the thing. And as and when I was sitting on the stage, I calculated little. And I felt it is possible and let's accept the challenge. And I just said it. I said, we're going to come. And then that evening we sat. I said, see, this, everything is happening. We can go.
Was it painful for people in the team to know that you had already made that announcement?
I exactly don't know whether it was painful or not. But I'm very sure right now they're enjoying. Right now, they're getting the fruits well within just a handful of months. Their film, their hard work is being seen. And what can be more blessings to these, sir, that there is no other films coming at that particular point. So finally, you end up using that one beautiful date of release here, and there are no other releases.
You know, today more than ever, you have a lot of films that announce release dates, but that struggle to keep up with whatever promises they made, especially when stars are involved and when the budgets aren't so small. What word of advice? More than advice, what did you do right here that made it possible for you?
We just did everything right.
Yeah.
There's not a particular zone that I can point out and say that is where we did right. We did everything right. Everything. That means from the production house to the technical department to the actors to the productions, who's giving you cup of coffee in the morning, to everybody did everything right.
So it was utopia almost.
100%. Everybody is waking up with one intention, same intention. There's absolutely zero minds and mouths that is kind of going around speaking something which is very toxic.
But surely that can't have been a coincidence, right? I'm sure you did something to make sure that this ecosystem was possible.
I don't know, Sudhir sir. Yeah? We just know that we formed a team. We thought that is the right team, and we were right.
Yeah,
that's all I can say right now. Because many times we have also gone wrong after selections, and then we realize that okay, this is not working. Not because we were less capable. Our selections were not right. But I think this time also, it is not that we were right. The selection just went right. And it all worked.
I like how you're not necessarily crediting yourself or anybody else with making the decisions right.
Because it's the truth. It's because it's the truth. Because every time we take a decision, don't you think that we think that's the right thing we're doing?
Right.
Things may not work out. That doesn't mean you are wrong. Because it didn't work out. But we learn a lesson. I try and execute it the next time.
Yeah.
And chances are again 50-50.
Yeah.
But when it works, at least in the selection of the team to everything, when it works, it works. Like I walk in through the door, I know I'm being interviewed here by you.
Yes.
I don't know what to expect, what not to expect. Correct? It can turn any which ways. So walking in through the door with a lot of hope always gives you that extra energy and extra, calmness to start the conversation with, You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So I guess if by the end of it, it does end up the way we want, then you are right? I was like, I thought it's going to be a great conversation. We had a great conversation. It can go either ways. Cinema is no different. Here, just we are two of us. There are hundreds and thousands of them. And let me tell you, one toxic mind and mouth is enough to spoil the entire thing. Entire thing.
Yeah.
Luckily, that's what I said. We went right.
May the luck continue.
We need it.
Today, we see a lot of people trying to cross borders with their presence, trying to make sure that their influence is spread across a larger region with each film. And you've done that all, right? You have made films that have tasted success everywhere. But I find this phase of yours particularly interesting because now you're doubling down on the Kannada identity of these films, and you're saying, you know what, I'm doing these films in these spaces, but hopefully I'm doing it in a grammar that would still make it relevant for people from across languages without necessarily playing up the epicness of the scale itself. Do you want to talk to me about that?
No, I guess, how do I put it across for this? See, finally, you will go behind what is making you happy. That's all I can say.
Okay.
You just need to, because that is a zone. If by the end of doing something, if you were happy, that means you got connected to it. That's exactly what
Max
you want.
Made you happy.
Yeah, it did, sir. The way we worked, but definitely not the way we released. I think that delayed a lot. It was eventually planned like this only, but it didn't work out well because a lot of some floods happened, some delays happened, sets went bonkers. We had to redo certain things. As I told you, circumstantial things. That's why I said certain times things don't work.
Yeah.
Luckily, everything worked over here. So I guess I stick to those basics always.
I saw the trailer of Mark. It's definitely not a subtle, quiet film.
Yeah.
And your love story with cop role seems set to continue.
No, it's not more than a cop, sir. It's just the tag that he has. It's, I think, the power that he carries himself with, even when suspended or whatever it is. But the freedom to go about things when you're powerful. that doesn't give you the facility when actually you are wearing the uniform. It's as simple as that. So here...
You're saying the uniform is restrictive?
It is very restrictive.
Okay.
It is. As and when we both are sitting and speaking and we know we are having a chat here, even a lot of things are restricted here when we eventually want to open up and talk. Maybe, very
No,
well.
feel free to.
No. What happens? Normally, we know when we are actually not bothered about your vocabulary, your grammar, nothing. It's that freedom, right? Freedom is what I'm talking about. So here, the freedom the character arc has been given is beautiful. So the fact that he's a cop is just a very petty thing in the film.
Okay.
It's just a tag.
I think I was talking to Mr. Gautam Menon once, and he's made a few cop films. And he was talking about how making a protagonist a cop helps him justify whatever violence the character is able to unleash without necessarily establishing a background for why he may be good at action spaces or with that. Is that a reason, or is there more to it?
No, that is one of the reasons of his perspective.
Yeah.
There are more reasons always.
Yeah.
Cops have that power. And in especially cinema, on-screen cops are humongous.
Yes.
Necessarily, you don't need to really know the protagonist playing the cop, what is his portfolio? Is he a commissioner, assistant commissioner, DIG, deputy? Even if he's an inspector or a circle inspector of an area,
immediately buying
he will be equally powerful in the film. Equally powerful. That's the beauty of cinema.
Yeah.
We don't need to be promoted.
Yeah.
In cinema, we don't
I think from SA onwards, everything
anything.
works. Unless you go to a constable level, which is when you start.
If you make me the constable, he is the most powerful man in the film. Don't forget that. He is.
But tell me this, and I have to ask you this. When we know what happens in the real world when powerful people are allowed to unleash a lot of violence. It does go unchecked. Things do happen. So in terms of these cops being shown in a certain light in films, and when we lovingly portray them dismantling a lot of people and going at it, do you see any potential problem in it?
Cinema is all about hope, sir. We give you hope, we sell you hope, we give you an entertainment. What you really see, imagine what we are giving in the cinema you see in real world. Why will you come and watch my film? We give you that extra hope. We give you that smile. Maybe the anger in you wants to bash up about 50 people and you can't. I'll do it for you on screen. And
so you're saying treat it as fantasy in a sense?
It's a hope, sir. Like it's like when you go to a temple and you come back, you always come back with the hope. No, I've gone to the temple, I've prayed. I think something good will happen. It's all here. So cinema is no different. Cinemas, we give you that entertainment. You're already having a tough time in life. You're doing all the hectic things. So what do? Eventually, when you would have decided a cinema, you know very well why you will be going there. We give you that. And sometimes we teach things. Sometimes we unleash a lot of things. Sometimes we just give you smiles without a reason, slapstick, whatever you want to call it. But eventually, we are such a beautiful part of everybody's life that, everybody just finally turns to cinema for some smile and goes back home.
Yeah.
So we give you that also. And also, don't forget that sometimes cinema has rectified a lot also in the society. Sometimes we are told, through cinema, we have said the values of family, values of love, values of relationship, and what it is. So many times, like when we did Autograph and all that, how many times people have, after seeing the film, gone back, searching for their friends, rectified their things.
Exactly. Because it does definitely have an influence.
It has an
on
impact.
People,
and not every time we can deal with only moral sciences. But we do films with a little moral. That I can tell you that. So we are there. We are there for that. So sometimes what is really happening in the society, we go through a realistic film also. Say it is a true story or something very close to reality. Sometimes it works.
But a Mark, you don't see it belonging in that space necessarily.
Mark is a complete entertainer, sir.
Yeah.
Complete entertainer. You can see the frustration in everybody's face in the trailer, no? Like as though, why is he even there in the film? Mark, why is he there? Throw him out. Let me do what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're definitely having a lot of fun with taking liberties for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw that shot of you having a flaming stick and lighting up a cigarette and all that.
Yeah.
Tell me something. What's the funniest idea you've heard for a mass moment?
In this film, what you saw is what it is. He said, I was going through the shot and I had a cigarette.
Yeah.
And this is that moment thing what the stunt master got. So what happened is here, in the situation as it goes, I wear this glass, I put on my cigarette and I'm asking everybody in the song, lighter, lighter. And then actually we are supposed to go ahead with the fight. Then master composed this one and he said, sir, I'll light it for you. I said, no, but that was not the idea. No, but sir, it just gave me a great idea. I'm going to do it. So we're going to come, one guy comes with the dagger, you hit him and you kick him and he starts rotating, and that because of the touch with the land, you had that flames up and you light it up. See, sir, let me tell you something. If you think about it logically, practically, the first thing you're going to do, sir, how can that work? But don't forget, if I was a kid, if I was that very hardcore fan of one person, and he did that on screen, I was like, whoa, I want to do it too.
Was there somebody like that for you?
I was a very big fan of Vishnu sir. Unfortunately, he never did all this.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, what my idol would do is probably he'll take the cigarette and stub it and say, don't smoke. My hero was like that. So I did everything opposite, sir.
Yeah.
But I guess, and then he told me, and first I was smiling. I said, sir, are you sure about it?
Yeah.
He said, do it. But see, we have our moments.
Yeah.
Like, we may sometimes smile, laugh, sometimes feel embarrassed about certain things. But then we finally do it and make it look possible.
Right.
Now, that is a moment which you don't know. It is between us over there. And what you see on the screen is after the moment.
Yes.
We all crack, okay, how are you going to tell me? I want to make it believable.
Believable, yeah.
So the way he shot it and showed me, I was saying, see, the first thing is I have a thing, I'll close my eyes and like, pondering upon you. But they whistle, sir. They love it. It's just the swag.
And that's able to make you lose any sense of shame is probably a strong word there, but
no, sir. See, I think by the end of the day, don't forget, even my kid when she was born, she was just tiny thing. As and when she grew 3 years, 4 years, 5 years old, I was always trying to speak her language to make her understand.
Right.
We would always go down to their level of understanding.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So don't you think audiences are like that? We need to go to their level, give them the cinema, give them the speech they need. That is not shameful at all. But then don't forget, even as a father, when we are doing, we also think like what we are doing. But all we do to make them...
What happened to all the language?
Once it is over, we're like, we come to a thing. See, but in the process, did we do something wrong? No. We just made that kid eat, smile, put them to sleep. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
How different are our audiences? They are all the kids who are running from home, buying a ticket in the rush bush, entering the theater just to look at you whistle, living all their lives, worries, families, every trouble out there just for you. And I think we should keep all our things and thoughts at home, give them what they want, entertain them to the best, because don't forget, they're all there for you.
Which is where even that you have another line there that compares two animals with this character and says, they may not turn up on time, but this man will definitely come on time. And this is, and you see all of this fitting into, all these choices fitting into that explanation.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. See, certain that because the way we put it across is always a literal sense, like we always exaggerate.
Right.
As thin as a blade. We don't mean that, that his words were as sharp like a knife. No.
Yes.
It was not a knife. It was like pinching us. It was hurting us. So we compare. It's a metaphoric. Here, whatever he says, but don't you think we all have certain people in life we think and we know that irrespective of what the time is, what the situation, that one person will be there. One call away. We all have such people. One person at
somebody
least
really
in our lives.
reliable,
Correct. So our hero should be that one person of that particular film, whoever the hero is.
Mm.
So here, it is a very relevant situation where he says, when that comes here, this one comes out, Mark will be there. Because situation demands that.
Understood.
So that it comes as that line, and it's there, sir. Like,
So
if you believe you want to be there for someone.
Are you still, I mean, you spoke about being a child at one point of time and wishing that these things were done on screen for your enjoyment. At this stage of your life, do you also derive any personal enjoyment out of these moments? Apart from putting yourself in the background and saying, I'm doing this for them.
There is every cinema maker has a child within. Otherwise, you will never be a filmmaker.
Mm.
If you grow up, sir, I think you'll end up somewhere else on a hill station having a cup of coffee, watching a waterfall, and you're done with life.
Mm.
I think cinema maker is all about that one child that he is not let sleep at all. It's only then you can write something impossible like that, make things impossible, whatever you dream of. So imagine what we are all old enough to understand that, we don't shoot each other in the set.
Mm.
We are not killing.
Of course not.
But the moment you say action, we are all holding behind the wall and looking and and the moment bullet falls, see, these are the games we used to play when we were kids.
Kids, yes. Yeah.
The then popular hero, the then popular villain will be us.
Yes.
Tu Gabbar Singh banja, मैं Amitabh Bachchan ban jata. It is like that, na? And what are we having? That pataki, that Deepavali rifles.
Yes.
At this age, we are still doing it.
Yeah.
So how do we say that we are grown up? How can I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You tell me, how do I even say that?
Yeah.
You can't.
Can I ask you something? You did like a Vikrant Rona, which of course is a different kind of film. It's set in a very interesting space, and the ideas that it deals with are very different, and the sensibilities are quite different as well. What did you think of how it was received? What were the learnings there?
Nothing, sir.
Yeah.
We shouldn't learn things from all these things.
Yeah.
We wanted to make that film.
Okay.
So we have gone right or wrong the day we decided the script.
Understood.
Not in the making at all.
But that didn't necessarily in any way influence the making of these films? Or
No,
yeah,
sir. No,
right.
sir. I still love my film Vikrant Rona. The day we decided the script, we loved it. And the way we wanted to make it, we have made it exactly like that. There's no compromise at all.
Mm.
So today, pinpointing and saying it's not well received because of the things, and I don't think so we can say that, because we still love the film.
Mm.
See, what happens, every time there's a product that comes to the market, is always influenced, at least the sales or acceptance of that particular product, whatever it is, is influenced by the happening at that particular time. You understand?
Not necessarily the product itself.
So what happens, sometimes we don't know why it didn't work.
Mm.
If you do dissect it today and say, okay, maybe there's always a maybe.
Mm.
Okay, let's say Vikrant Rona was a very successful film.
Mm.
What next? You will have to do another film.
Yes.
If it is not a great successful film, then what? You will have to make another film.
Mm.
And in either cases, we have equal responsibilities. If it is a very successful film, we'll say we are successful. That means expectations are a lot. We need to do another very huge film.
Mm.
If it is not done great, we will say, okay, it's not done well now. It's pressure. I need to do something else. Either way, human, we take stress.
Mm.
I take that film as a pride. I love that film, the character arc, I think everything Anup made. It didn't do to the level of what we expected or whatever everybody, but that's okay. We'll make another film.
But that's
and
not...
Max or Mark are not reactions to those happening.
Understood. Okay.
This was well planned, and during Vikrant Rona's before release interview itself, I was telling everybody, my next film is going to be for my fans. I promise you.
Okay.
See what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a film. I've always been saying that. And I think I did it. So it was a very deliberate attempt to make a film of this sort, faster, simpler. See, Vikrant Rona, one learning from Vikrant Rona was, see, when you make a film, when you dream of making a film of that level, you have your investment in time is humongous. You have to forget being associated with the releases or with the market for a very long time. So that is one learning what I had, that no, I will make simpler films also. At the same time, I will be a part of these big films also whenever it comes. So that one learning is there which I've executed.
But just not do it as an exclusive event. Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair on those people who wait for you.
Yes. Okay. For roles like this, is there as an actor a lot of is there any preparation needed at all?
For which one?
Like a mark or not really, right? You can just
I
turn
don't know about others.
Yeah.
I can only talk on myself that I get things as and when it starts rolling. I can only decide my attire, my look, which can be very suitable and close to the character what he's narrating. I think then I'll take one step at a time. I need to get close to the audience. I mean, to the set. I need to get close and get into the head of my director. I need to get used to my whole production unit. I need to get the name of the person who's giving me coffee. So there's a lot of familiarity that happens within this first few days, all about introducing each other. And then, slowly you start penetrating. So my request to my director is always, don't keep heavy scenes at least the first 2 to 3 days.
Right.
Let me get used to, there are new ADs. Now I need to get to know their names. Maybe there are a very whole new set of actors working with me. I need to get to know them.
And you feel like all that definitely affects how these scenes get made.
It's not an effect and it's an adjustment, sir. As in, like, when we go into a new school, we are also excited to meet new people. It's not a fear. But then we need to get introduced, no?
Yes.
And then we end up making some 3-4 friends in the whole class. Like that, set needs an introduction. However, how many ever years you have spent, don't forget there will always be one huge chunk of people in the set who are new. We need to get to know them. And I think it's
when
always...
that hasn't happened, you feel like if you're shooting very intense scenes in the very beginning, you feel like somehow the quality may not be as good as it would a few days later after the familiarity is established.
I feel so. Because at least when I was shooting for a film called Dabang, and the very first day itself, Prabhu sir had kept a very big scene. So, and I knew Prabhu sir, but not to the extent that I can go and talk to him and, kind of change anything at all. So I kind of requested and he came and sir, hey, Parla, ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கு. Sir, it's very good, sir. ஆனால் ஃபஸ்ட்டு டே சார், என்னப்பா நீ இந்த படம் பண்ணியிருக்கேன் எல்லாம் உனக்கு என்ன சார், அந்த ப்ரெஷரில் தான் சார் நீ சொல்லியிருக்கேன், ஏன்னா எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் டைம் வேணும். இல்லைம்மா எல்லாம் வந்திருக்கு அப்படி. சார் ஏதோ பண்ணுங்க, இன்றைக்கி வேணாம் சார், லைட்டாக ஏதோ பண்ணுங்க, ஏன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஐ டோன்ட் நோ எனிபடி சார். ஸோ இட்ஸ் சடன்லி கோயிங் பை இட். I don't even know how your set looks. I need to come and see the set, get used to that ground level, what is happening, get used to the camera, get a little familiarity, And I told him one thing, sir, speech la parunga, when you're giving a speech, your first line is not the best line. As and when you're speaking, you come out with topics and touch things that where the topics and your speech starts getting intense. That's because you start getting used to that ambience. However, how many of speeches you give in a year?
Absolutely.
Your first line cannot become a quote.
I
Correct?
get it.
So shooting is like that. You need to go a little slow. And then immediately he changed. He said, okay, pa, idu pannala, nadak pannala. So definitely, just give me, and today that doesn't mean give me 1 or 2 shots. I want to work through the day today. I want to be here on set. I want to work through the day. But just go a little easy. And tomorrow, sir, I'll be ready. He did that. And then next day I was already knowing few people and I had already made now that I know tomorrow I'm shooting this.
Yes.
I made that little extra effort of speaking to everybody, going there. It helps, Sudhir, sir. It helps.
Even in these action films, even if the emotions aren't necessarily, you're not spending too much time on it, but they still form the bedrock of why the action itself works. Right? On some level, some effort, some work needs to be really genuinely put in those spaces. They need some honest emotional exploration, even if briefly so.
Yeah.
Do you firmly believe in this? Do you feel like that's for me? When I look at some action films that don't quite work for me, it's not necessarily the action that doesn't work for me. It's always the objectives or the emotional involvement of that I'm feeling in those films that's making me not really feel. Is that true?
See, there is a certain amount of purpose.
Yeah.
For every action in this film, there's an amount of purpose. Like if you've seen Max, or if you have not seen Max, please watch it tonight. There is a huge purpose by the end of the film.
Right.
You might just think it's a one-night story. Why is it a one-night story? Why? What happens by the end of it? Now you see actually a very huge twist by the end of it, and it's a very huge purpose. And the purpose is beautiful. You'll love it. Similarly, in this film, the purpose of this whole thing, the travel, the fights, whatever you're seeing, the purpose is very emotional. There's a huge connect. And the whole thing looks very reasonable by the end.
Got it.
And you say, yeah, this was needed. You need this kind of aggression, fights. Fights as in, I'm not talking about that physical fights, that intention of wanting to do. So whatever comes my way, I'm going to fight it. That's what he says. So that intent is beautiful, and that emotion has worked wonderfully.
Is there something that you feel like people don't really get about making these action films?
No, nothing. I can only relate to my films, and every time we made a film, it has been appreciated. So probably
any aspect of it that
no, because we go deep into our thoughts. We go deep into discussions as to, first of all, we ask questions to ourselves, right?
Okay.
Why are we doing it? What is the whole purpose? Okay, if this is not there, what happens to the film? If this action block only is not there, will it affect the film? If it is not affecting the film, then why are we doing it? It can be even a scene. It can be even a character.
What if somebody said, oh, because it's very cool and I think it'll be a great fight to have?
Maybe, sir. But then it doesn't work for us.
Okay.
I don't go that way.
You don't? Okay.
I love to do fights. I love to do romantic songs. I love to do family scenes. I love to have a comedy, but it shouldn't be forced. Not because the market demands, not because you feel it is a saleable inclusion. No, I can't. See, if there's a sudden, like as and when we both are speaking, imagine a sudden cut to a topic or something, suddenly like, it'll blow me out of my thing. Like if you suddenly ask me something irrelevant now.
Yeah.
And say, no, it's a hot topic happening in the society.
What do you think about the political situation? And all that?
So it's suddenly like, where are we going now?
Yes.
Or even if whatever your question is, suddenly I link it to some answer which you didn't even ask. So suddenly there's a jerk.
Yes.
There's a jerk. Maybe you'll have another question like, I'm sorry, why did you say that? You may come up with a question, but there's a sudden jerk. Cinema, there are a lot of jerks like that, unless you give them a valid reason why the forthcoming is happening. I'm sure none of these grammars of cinema will work unless the vocabulary makes any sense. It does. You need to know. Earlier there was a formula.
Yes.
Much earlier to COVID, there was a cinema formula. There is a hero and there are songs, and there is this comedy track which may not be
mandatory
a part
elements
of the cinema.
Yeah.
An introduction song of a hero. Now, depending on the mammoth size of the hero in the market, is your introduction song. This was a formula which was working. Not anymore. Things have changed now. Things make sense. You are as an audience, you have so many questions as to why is that song coming? Yeah, it's a great song on a YouTube. In the flow of the cinema, it is affecting me. People are very sensible today to ask such questions. So in this case, I don't think we can have irrelevant happening in your plot.
Understood. Okay. What are your thoughts on making like Kannada cinema more popular across spaces? I know you're a fierce.
I don't think we can have a...
Or is that even an objective in the first place?
So it is always an objective. It's always an objective to make your language grow. You grow along with the language. It's always an objective. But then how many times do we keep that objective only in mind and do something? See, I think it's the process of what you do makes the other thing very popular. Correct. It's what you do. You want to get a very good name for your family. You can't walk entire day with your family. You need to do something, the entire family will get a good name. See, you can't have everybody walking. You do know it will come. So eventually, I think you should say, this is my responsibility. I will do it.
Yeah.
So there are many eyes in every industry.
Right.
Every eye needs to do what they need to do. And then the family gets a name. And the objective will be done.
Can I tell you, I'm loving all these analogies that you're providing in your answers.
It's a very simpler way to understand, that We are about so many people at home. We don't operate in one direction every morning after waking up. We all go different directions. We come back in the same direction and sit together on the dining table, and then we discuss, and then we know that how fruitful the day was, and eventually, collectively, whatever we have done helps the family.
You know what I'm asking about, though, because each time a film from any state does really well across states or across the country, then invariably, you see declarations being made about, oh, that cinema is now starting to bloom and it's starting to arrive, and each time it feels like in in a few places anyway, it feels like a false alarm. It feels like, yeah, but did that result in anything particularly meaningful in the long term, or is this a film only exercise, or is this a film only development?
It's an opinion.
Yeah.
It's an opinion. Sometimes what they are talking about and they are hyping about might not even be my objective.
Yes.
And sometimes the way they're putting down certain things may not even be my intention. Wanting to do better in life is always an objective of every human being. So whatever profession you are, you want to do a little better.
Yes.
And if that needs you to cross boundaries only to prove, you will try, but that may not be the objective again, because the first day, the objective is to make a good cinema. So as and when you're making that cinema, you realize this has got the potential to penetrate into the other routes. Then why not comes another question. Because not every time, though there are cases, not every time the first day itself it's a pan-Indian cinema. The first day itself is an all-language release. No, as and when it goes, you certain times, about at least 70% of the times, after we start, we realize there's a potential.
Was Nani planned as one?
100%. Nani was planned across. Nani was planned for Telugu and Tamil.
Okay.
We spoke in Telugu and Tamil.
Okay.
So if you see Nani, it was not dubbed. I'm speaking in Tamil.
You redid each one?
Yeah, every shot we read it twice. Telugu once, Tamil once.
Which in my opinion is as it should be.
Yeah, that is proper.
Yeah.
That is why Nani was a proper two-language film. Dubbed into Hindi, that is something else. That was dubbed. But properly made Telugu and Tamil.
Yes, okay.
So the intention was to penetrate into the Tamil market, because Rajamouli sir felt that there is a potential for that script to be accepted here, which he was right.
Oh, for sure. I think that would work anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we are now touching upon his name, I noticed that he tweeted a lot. I mean, he keeps tweeting a lot of good wishes to you. I remember him congratulating you on the success of Max.
He's a film lover, sir. So every time I've never seen him tweet for obligations. Maybe one in 100. 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 maybe for an obligation purpose. But otherwise, he's a man of his standards. His tweet means a lot to him. So he uses it very appropriately.
Yeah.
So he knows that, people take him seriously. So I think it's a right thing to do, that he tweets for what he feels he should.
I think there was recently some disappointment communicated by your admirers that your portions were removed from Bahubali, the epic, was it?
I'm sure it didn't matter to him. I'm sure it didn't matter to me. But as admirers, they were right also. So
Right.
as in, see, the love for them is what makes them speak. So we cannot ignore that. But as a filmmaker, he knows what he's doing. So I guess these are all happenings. Once you're popular, there is always love and hate that keeps happening. And probably they say all that because they expect that much from him.
And you're able to distance yourself from it in the sense that it doesn't necessarily impact your opinion of things.
I never come to ground level, sir. It may sound very arrogant, but I think I belong to a bigger screen. And audience in the theater will sit, whistle, clap, everything, but screen don't react. We don't react to the emptiness of the theater also. We don't react to the houseful also. We just do the same thing what we are doing, whether it is houseful or empty. So we are that. We belong there on the bigger screen and making films happen. So the ground level, whatever war happens and whatever social media happens, I don't think we should be going to that level and reacting. Because if you go there, they'll beat you, because defeat you, because you are not good in that level of argument. That level of argument you will not win. So I don't think we should get in there, because as I told you, see the bigger picture. We belong there. And I'm not discriminating here. But because of that screen, all these are happening. Why don't you stick to that? Correct, yeah. Ethically, we may say certain things when certain things falls to your ear. There's too many things happening. But sir, how much can you talk? How much can you request? Sometimes it is not even about you. You're just a thread. You're just a string because of
You may
which all
feel
is
like it's all
happening.
about you, but
It is not about you. It is about them. It is about their war with just a name.
Understood. Yeah.
Okay, so it's...
Can I ask
you
you
would have
something?
seen that wars, battles in history, war of Panipat, war of this, war of whatever. That place was never the reason. The war happened there, that's all. It was never there.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Someone was mad about something else.
Something, they just decided they'll fight there. That's all.
Yeah.
And everything became that.
Yeah. Can I ask you something slightly generic with respect to Mr. Rajamouli? What does it take to be a protagonist in his film? Like, what does it demand out of the central presence?
His story. His story is what says who's the hero.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else matters.
Because it's often, now more than ever, his work is acquiring a lot of legacy value, a lot of legendary value. And I ask you this because it's often suggested that it can take a lot out of anybody playing the central role in this film.
See, but there's one beautiful thing in all his films, sir.
Yeah.
All his heroes are coming from his language only.
That's wonderful, yeah.
Which may not be the truth when it comes to a lot more directors. See, what happens, where they grow from, they're sticking, and when they realize that they are making big films across, they've taken people from there only, they've traveled. But I've seen many directors, when the moment the popularity happens, they've flipped, they've jumped.
Yes.
And I'm not saying they're wrong. But in case of Rajamouli especially, I can tell you that he's always stuck to his heroes, which is a very beautiful thing. He always makes there only. From there only he picks and he makes film for all over the world. Which is, I think, which speaks volumes about him.
No, that also helps that local ecosystem thrive and develop as well.
It speaks volumes, sir. It speaks volumes.
And you've always been a fierce advocate and an admirer of local ecosystems and making sure that they remain sustainable and making sure
it should be. Everybody should. Our dreams are something else. Your practicals are something else. Your thoughts are something. You don't club everything together, What he's doing, he does right. You cannot bribe him into making a film for you. He will make a film with you when he wants him to.
Yeah.
It's very simple. He makes a script and he decides who suits.
Yeah.
Otherwise, imagine a Igar or Nani, whatever way, whichever language.
Yes.
Why would he come and choose me if he felt that there are people there who suited? So it must have taken a lot, for him. He has not seen many films of mine. He has just seen one film, 2 films, I think.
Were you told why?
I never asked. See, he may have 1 or 2 reasons, sir. But I have 100 reasons to be a part of that film.
Yeah.
I see from my angle. If I don't feel I'm worth it, if I don't feel good about myself, I don't think I should be even a part of that film just because he selected. And don't question that part, because by questioning that part, you are actually putting down yourself also. And that doesn't make you arrogant. It's nice to know that what you are. That helps you even grow. Because not only knowing what you are, about your pluses, it also showcases that you know about your minuses also. So it helps you grow. And when Sir called me for a film, he told me the note. I was just thinking about how to play it, sir. And eventually we know why we are called. Even he is not silly, neither am I silly.
Of course.
Just because somebody calls and you just go, I don't think you should accept if you fear that and think that you can't deliver. Because whatever is existing also you lose.
Understood.
Yeah, it's a very delicate situation sometimes.
What an audacious idea, though.
Yeah,
Right? I mean, I know he's made films after that and they've been widely successful as well.
No, I
But
think,
some part of me always bats for that
Nani
film.
is one of the best ideas, even he agrees, one of the best films he's made in all his career.
It's ridiculous.
Nobody can think, sir. You can think a snake or a bull or a tiger taking revenge, maybe because they are fearful, they can kill you. Fly,
Exactly.
what does it do anyway other than irritating you? Correct.
Yeah,
How
definitely
did he even
irritated
think?
you.
So it's like, I was just thinking, how does he? See, it's a brilliant idea. And I think that is one film, sir, from the first shot till the last shot, it's flawless. It's flawless. And nothing forced. And he made believe everything, A fly is doing a commercial song. I'm wearing glasses. Next level.
You know, there was, at the beginning of this conversation, because we are nearing the end of it now, at the beginning you mentioned about your own directorial sort of days, training days. And did the director in you, you must have loved that film to bits beyond being just an actor in it, right? Ega, I'm saying, were you on some level envious of a filmmaker pulling off such a ridiculous vision?
I was so into the film that I just wanted my director to love everything I do. I think that should be the moments we should enjoy as actors and not dream further than today. Today is my day. He's given me a scene and I want to make sure that he thinks about only that scene till he travels home, reaches home, and till he wakes up for the next scene. It's not about me. It's about that scene.
I understand.
So who made that scene? You made that scene happen. So I guess when such scripts come, your first challenge is to, deliver in such a way that, you can see that smile on the person's face and he doesn't say a word. See, certain directors, they don't really praise you all the time. Their silence only says that you did wonderful.
They're happy, yeah.
So with him, I was only every day trying to work. See, you're talking about Rajamouli, sir, in 2025.
Yes.
I'm talking about 2012. So he had hardly done 3-4 films. He was a very popular director, but not the Rajamouli you're seeing today. So there was nothing like for me that, I knew this is a great director. That's all. And it was nothing that I wanted to do to impress him.
I get it.
But I was impressed with the way he was already telling. Who can make a story like that? And once he told me the story, I realized that this man can just make this happen. And I needed to enjoy it to deliver. And I was enjoying because every frame he's keeping, every shot is taking. So I think there cannot be a better thing that happened to me in Ega than seeing him smile and seeing him go happy every day.
Was there any specific moment where he was particularly happy that you felt very satisfied about, that you felt
Yeah, there is one particular scene when the fly gets into my shirt.
Yeah.
And when I'm trying to talk to the girl and it starts and things, so it was like, and multiple things I have to do. And so that one day, we normally, the exercise was that, when I come, he's always sitting in that Raman Naidu studio with a chair with an apple and newspaper. So I used to go sit with him for a while and he was always chatting with me. Somehow he'll take topics from here and there and put into your mind what exactly he's looking forward to today. You'll get one feel. He'll take some character or some film, something he'll talk and then he'll do. But he knows how to make you understand, which may differ from individual to individual. So that particular day, he told me this, and he said, but Sudeep, I just want you to know, today I really don't know what is it that you should be doing. But I can only tell you one thing, it's a very thin line between a comedy and you becoming a joker. I very clearly remember this specific line when he said, it's a very thin line, Sudeep. I want you to be funny. I don't want you to become a joker. So keep that in mind when you perform. So which is a most dreadful thing a director can tell me before the shot.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's say he called a shot and I did it. He can come up to me and say, no, Sudeep, I think you just tone it down a little. Sounds better. Okay, sir. Okay, I'll tone it down. Imagine after all this, that means he's expecting something out of it. Maybe because he has confidence in it. After all this, he says, imagine a deliverer and says, Sudeep, no. I think we need to redo. That means I failed, sir. After his explanation.
Knowing the objectives, yeah.
I failed. It's a very miserable feeling for an actor. You understand? I had, and then I said, sir, he said, sir, this is the shot. First, I'll capture what you're doing. We'll cut to later. This is the field, what you do. You just think what you want to do. So I took some time. See, but he's never cut off from you just because he said it. He's there with you. I can feel his presence and him with me. We did that scene, sir. And there are a lot of things I did over there. And there are times when I could see and hear him laugh and not calling a cut. That one scene was I've done tremendous scene in the film, intense and unimaginable, where people have clapped, but this scene was my toughest. Toughest because he said that line. It was very difficult for me, and by the end of it, it was like after that, it was such a stressful day. And by the end of it, I saw him, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, you did strike that thin line between
I
comedy
love that scene he's written, and I think it was marvelous.
So did we all. Great film, great performance. As a final thought, with respect to Mark, what do you want to leave the people with?
With Mark. I'll leave them with Mark so that, they come and see it. See, it's a beautiful entertainer written by Vijay. And there's nothing as an objective I want to say that this is what you can look forward to from a film. All you can look forward to from a film is a great entertainment and the reasoning for why we made it. We have great reasons.
Great. I wish you the very best with this film.
Thank you.
And may you go on to regale us over and over again.
Thank you so much. Wonderful chatting. It was very beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You made it so as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.